Christmas. It's Christmas Eve afternoon, and I have the day off from any of my jobs, and so I'm relaxing a little bit. But I still wanted to make a video, and so the title of this video is the Daemon the real meaning of Christmas? And I'm not trying to be controversial or provocative with that title. I grew up in a really conservative Christian family, and so growing up, the meaning of Christmas was always tied to the Christian religion, and I realize it's that way for a lot of people in our country. As I've grown up, though, and I've kind of set aside the religion I was brought up with, my compass for the meaning of Christmas comes from Dan Harmon's TV show Community, the claymation Christmas episode. And in that episode, they really talk about how things don't hold inherent meaning automatically. The meaning they have is the meaning that we add to them. So each one of us as an individual gets to determine, well, what does Christmas as a holiday mean to me? I really like that. If you haven't watched that episode of Community, I recommend it. It's the whole thing's in claymation. They did that as a gimmick, and they just talk about what Christmas means, and it means something different to each of the characters. And so as a family, we've decided we get to determine what Christmas means to us, but because I have made the Daemon such a central point of what I believe and what I talk about, is the Daemon in any way the meaning of Christmas? And yes, I believe it can be. If you're familiar with a Christmas story, obviously Mary, a human, gets impregnated like a divine through divine means, divine conception. She becomes pregnant via God and gives birth to Jesus, who is the part human, part divine, kind of like half man, half God. And to me, that is a perfect metaphor for the Daemon, because in my belief, the Daemon represents a part of divinity that is in us when we're born. It's this little seed of divinity, this little seed of God that expresses itself through our creativity, through our personality, our passions, our inclinations. And when we express those things, when we follow the leading of the Daemon, we are acting divinely. So in that sense, it's kind of the Christmas story writ small. It's the Daemon represents the expression of divinity. We in the story are Mary, but when we act on the calling of the Daemon, the voice of the Daemon, when we do the things creatively that we feel inspired to do, we are in a sense Jesus. So we get to play two parts in the story. The Daemon plays one part, but in that sense, Christmas in a lot of ways is the story of the Daemon, and what happens. And you can take it out further than that. Herod in the Christmas story is this ruler that's trying to kill Jesus, and I think Herod in the demonic Christmas story is kind of the status quo, the systematized forces of this world that don't want us to act out the true creative spirit that is within us. It wants us just to buckle down, keep our heads down, do a job, become a drone, become a part of this hive mind, and not deviate from that. That's Herod. It's trying to kill the demonic seed in us, but we defy that. It's the anti-Daemon. It's Mara that we talked about a few videos ago. But when we defy that, we are in a sense escaping from Herod the same way Jesus did in the story, and we're representing Christ power, messianic power in the world, and we are in a sense saving the world because, as I have quoted Joseph Campbell many times, the influence of a vital person vitalizes. So when we express that power in our own lives, the influence on others is to also express it and to ultimately revitalize the world. And so that's the Christmas message here from Daemon Central. But anyway, I hope you guys have a really great Christmas, whatever it means to you, and you get to decide. But I hope also maybe there's an opportunity when you're, maybe like me, maybe you'll be spending Christmas with family who is entrenched in the traditional meaning, and I think that's a fine thing to do. It's a great way, to show you love the people in your life by not bursting in and raining on their parade and getting upset, but instead just kind of like bearing witness to the way that they celebrate. And you can do that as an act of love, but inside your head, when you're hearing the stories, when you're singing the songs, when you're doing the traditions, you can superimpose the daemonic meaning over those things so that there's an added layer of meaning for you. So anyway, good luck with that, guys, this Christmas. Merry Christmas. We're at the end of the year. I, for one, am glad. 2023 has been kind of a meat hook for me and my family, and we're not sad to see the tail end of this year. But there have been a lot of good things too, and one of those good things is getting to talk about these ideas with a like-minded public. And so thank you guys for being that for me. Thank you for watching and letting me kind of get this stuff out there, because that's why Daemon won't give me any rest if I don't. That's why on a day off, I'm just sitting here doing this, and I moved my chair out of my studio for a bit. That's the kind of stuff you have to do when your Daemon won't let up on you. So anyway, Merry Christmas to you guys. Have a wonderful holiday, and I'll probably record another one in 2024. Oh, a lot more of them in 2024, but that's probably when you'll see the next one. Okay? Merry Christmas, guys. Happy New Year.